Meanwhile, the drama that unfolds over at DC Comics' parent company of Warner Brothers continues. And what do you know it? They said they're up for sale. Yeah, that's no big breaking news or any of that. But so there's quite a few posts here, articles from Cosmic Book News, and I'll just go through them one by one. So, yes, as Matt McCloin has reported for years, Warner Brothers Discovery is officially in play. So they're saying it out loud. David Zaslav now confirming the company has received unsolicited interest from multiple parties looking to acquire all or part of the company. And I think part is key, especially since he's already set it in motion to split the company in two. And maybe it could go further than that. This includes its prized Warner Brothers Studio and HBO Max streaming arm, which will be separated into its own entity, yes, in 2026 as part of Zaslav's long telegraphed strategy to split the company in two. One half focused on streaming and studios, Warner Brothers, and the other on legacy TV networks, Discovery Global. The move comes after Skydance's David Ellison made an initial bid, reportedly around $20 a share, which WBD rejected. But now, with multiple parties circling, including Paramount, Comcast, and Netflix, the price is rising and the competition is heating up. So, yes, there was an update on this since he posted it, and I'll get to that in a bit. But Tuesday, Warner Brothers Discovery's board of directors issued a formal statement confirming that it has initiated a review of strategic alternatives after receiving interest from both the entire company and individual parts, specifically the Warner Brothers studio. So it says, it's no surprise that the significant value of our portfolio is receiving increased recognition by others in the market, said Zaslav. So there you go. Adding to the review process is designed to unlock the full value of WBD's assets. There's no deadline, and all options are on the table, including continuing with the planned 2026 split, or even merging Warner Brothers with a buyer and spinning off Discovery Global separately. Yeah, you would almost have to. I really don't think there'll be much interest in taking that on. That's one of the things about that Netflix scoffed at. And I thought, well, yeah, but what if you could just buy certain, the Warner Brothers studio? Or even, I wonder if it comes to the point where they can carve that up and you're buying individual IP. Yeah. Stallone from Tulsa King. So Paramount Skydance still the favorite for now. Despite WBD's rejection of Skydance's initial offer, most Wall Street analysts continue to list Paramount Skydance as the most likely buyer. The firm already secured Paramount Global earlier this, they really like the word global, earlier this year, and has backing from Oracle chairman Larry Ellison and friend of President Donald Trump. They also have momentum and a cleaner regulatory path compared to Comcast or Apple. Analysts at TD Cowen and MoffettNathanson via Deadline both maintain that Paramount remains the frontrunner, with one noting if WBD was always part of the longer-term Skydance acquisition strategy, we expect Paramount Skydance to be to be the most aggressive in pursuing these assets. Still, the rejected offer shows Zaslav isn't desperate. He's trying to create a bidding war, and he's got it, so it's on. And with WBD stock hitting $20.33 as of Tuesday, it's already working. That price now exceeds Ellison's original bid, meaning Skydance will have to come back with more money, blah, 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 yes. Also, Deadline confirms that Comcast Universal is still in the mix. However, Comcast faces massive political and regulatory hurdles. Its ownership of MSNBC and NBC makes it an easy target for antitrust scrutiny, especially under Trump. Well, yes, but if you split the company, that eliminates that. If they're just going in for Warner Brothers as a studio and streaming service with HBO Max, it's not much of a hurdle here, especially if that's the plan right now. They're going forward unless someone offers a big deal and it shakes it up a bit. But ultimately, I can't imagine why anyone would want, the legacy media, cable, and all that. So it's like, oh, you can't have CNN, that, and that would be the stumbling block there. But that's similar to when Disney bought Fox. They didn't get Fox News. They kept that separate, and that's, so it's not impossible. This doesn't eliminate Comcast overall. It's just, they've already got MSNBC, soon to be Miss Now, and NBC and all that, which odds are they're going to dump MSNBC, Anyway, one analyst bluntly said a successful Comcast acquisition of almost anything seems nearly unthinkable. But with few studios left on the board, Comcast may still drive up the price just to box out competitors or secure a minority stake. So then there's Netflix, which many DC fans hope will become the winner. Yeah, because Snyder is making films for them. And the idea is that, this could happen. And what's this about? Yeah, that's an interesting image. Because Black Adam is on Netflix and it's doing very well. And so they teased this image. Originally it's, from Batman versus Superman, but they put in Black Adam. And of course, the end of Black Adam teases a fight between Superman and Black Adam. And so could there be talks already, a deal that they could license to make a Superman versus Black Adam movie? I don't know. So Netflix hasn't made an offer, but they're keeping their eyes on it. So, all right. So Paramount, set a second offer, but Zasloff rejected it, the offer being $24. Well, yeah, you're going to have to do better than that, Ellison. So the move comes as WBD officially, admitted, we're for sale. So New York Post, and now confirmed by Deadline, Paramount Skydance made a second higher offer for Warner Brothers Discovery, but just like the first, it was turned down. WBD didn't comment on the offer, and neither did the Ellison camp. Well, it's obvious. It was only $24 per share. He's thinking, and now that there's, interest from others, he's sitting in a good position for the moment. So how much further can it go? So that's the deal, and it's working out for him. So the rejection confirms that there I guess he meant many, have suspected from the beginning Zasloff isn't interested in cutting a quick deal. No. His strategy has been to inflate WBD's value ahead of a sale, and so far, that's happening. Rejecting $24 per share implies that WBD leadership now sees a significantly higher price ceiling, likely somewhere between $28 to $32 plus per share, depending on market conditions and bidder competition. So, how far can he get it to go up? If it stalls in anything, then Ellison could move in, and perhaps board members say, hey, come on, let's go for it, and then that'll be the end game on that. But for right now, he's doing pretty good. So Paramount would still be the favorite with the money and backing it has, but still, there could be a spoiler in the works, and surprise, surprise. But right now, Zasloff is playing for the best possible price he can get, and as he should. So what's the interest in this for DC fans? Well, what's to become of DCU? The initiative for DCU was part of the polishing up Warner Brothers for this very sale. I don't think it did that, nowhere near that. And so, the DC brand is a DC brand. The potential seemingly is there. So it's more than likely that the possible outcome would be that Gunn is done and maybe even the whole DCU, and they start over. So apparently Bobo Talks got to do an interview with him, and well, so the particular question of interest here is Bobo Talks says, how far do these arcs go? Referring to arcs that are now set up for and in Man of Tomorrow. So he says, how far do these arcs go? Like, do they culminate in Man of Tomorrow, or can we expect them to go further than that? Gunn says, what do you mean? This is yes, they definitely go significantly further than Man of Tomorrow. So McCloyne speculates here that Gunn appeared to cut himself off before completing the phrase. If I stay, then continued, or possibly if I say. But if I say, because the thing of it is, Man of Tomorrow is the final film project he gets to work on. Seems like he would more or less do it as a movie that wraps up, his storyline that he set up as best he can. I mean, that was supposed to be the Gods and Monsters approach. It was supposed to go much longer, But anyway, the slip lines up with what insiders have told, Comic Book News and all that his days of head of DC Studios could be over. So he's got the exchange here that Bobo Talks had with Gunn and all that. So the sale's coming. His contract expires next year. He will have finished shooting Man of Tomorrow. Everything else is pretty much done. There's just the post work. I believe Supergirl is wrapped on filming, and Lanterns. Of course, I'm not sure about Clayface, but Clayface is one's done on the cheap and all that sort of thing. So it probably could wrap that up pretty quickly as well. But so many things circling around. Of course, Mike DeLuca, his position has risen where Gunn's really hasn't, and he's already got a new contract there with his partner Pam Abdi, and so he's pushing Minecraft 2. Minecraft was one of their big successes, so of course, you can't say the same about Superman, unfortunately. I really wish it had done better, but it didn't. And I wish it had been a better movie, too. That's probably why it didn't do as well. But, So Minecraft apparently delivered for fans of Minecraft. So now they get a sequel. And it's just 2 weeks after Man of Tomorrow. That's not a lot of confidence in James Gunn's Superman. So, whoopsie. Oh, look who's hanging out. Yeah. So for now, yes, Man of Tomorrow will probably be the coda. It's looking like it. So you got Supergirl, The Lantern Show, and Clayface, and then Man of Tomorrow. And, But does that mean return of the Snyderverse? I'm still leaning with highly unlikely, but Zack Snyder always having wanted to do Dark Knight Returns. Yeah, that maybe so. Hell, maybe even that down the road, Zach. Maybe, we can make that happen. But now it becomes if Netflix comes in and buys DC. But why would anyone suspect? Oh, so here's this thing. Somebody put this out. It's AI thing. Oh, look. Yeah, there's Joe Manganiello as Deathstroke. And the thing is, Manganiello, he saw that and liked it. And, of course, it's sell WB to Netflix, because they want the continuation of Snyderverse and that story, preferably the Ben Affleck Batman movie with Deathstroke, and then, of course, the Nightmare Justice League story and all that. Meanwhile, another one of the pictures that Zack Snyder teased is this one of Deathstroke. And so, wow, why is he suddenly teasing all this? Coincidence? So, odds are a Dark Knight Returns movie, possibly a full-on Snyderverse continuation of Justice League and everything. At this point, I seriously doubt it, and I'm not sure you could get everybody back. There's some in particular you just wouldn't. But I don't know, I guess. And that's even if Netflix does it, even if Paramount wins it over. With DeLuca in charge, he might be open to this. Definitely Dark Knight Returns, which would just be a one and done. The main thing there is that Cavill would like a full-on Superman movie. Yeah. Dark Knight Returns is a Batman movie. Superman's a big part of it, but it's a Batman movie. So finally, yet another tease. Batman himself from the nightmare sequence, you know. And so he just, I guess, expect more from his Instagram account. And as things are going, maybe there's something to this. For Affleck himself, I don't know. I mean, for Zach, he would probably do it. You know, if he got the full-on deal, said, we're going to do Dark Knight Returns, and I'd like you to be my Batman, you know. And he might do that. But for anyone to negotiate or talk to him about, hey, why don't you come back and go ahead and do that Batman movie you wanted to do? He's been jerked around so many times by this situation. But, boy, it's interesting how this keeps happening and stuff. And so, yes, Netflix France teased Black Adam versus Superman. And it's like, you know, that almost comes out of left field. The numbers for James Gunn's Superman still fall on HBO's Max streaming, still falls behind what Black Adam it has done for it. So it's all very telling. So I don't know. Is he just doing this push in the hope there's enough excitement with it? They think, let's give it another go. You know, maybe, but geez, just don't know. I mean, a lot of time has passed, and that's the big thing up against it. And that sort of thing. Even with like the scenario for Dark Knight Returns, I don't know if Cavill would be interested in that. I guess David Cornsweet could be. You know, I mean, that's the sad thing about this, because it's looking like, man, he's another actor who was great for the role, like Henry Cavill was, and like Brandon Routh was, and they just didn't get the script and the project that served them well. I mean, so far, Brandon Routh, I would say, got the worst of it. But it's looking like David Cornsweet's going to be another one of these actors who was wasted on this material. So, but we'll see how this goes. And, boy, it's interesting, isn't it? Yeah.